Good day, YouTubers. Uncle Dave with DEECEE's Adventures, and I'm coming at you with a quick video about the Pelican Case. As YouTubers, photographers, and video makers, this is a pretty practical piece of equipment to take a look at. The case itself is a polymer injected plastic that is practically indestructible. I mean, you can pretty much run over these with a car and you probably won't get over it with a car because it's such a big block, but they're pretty darn strong, and they were originally designed for carrying camera equipment and carrying camera gear, maybe while on a rafting trip, on a canoe trip, on a safari. I'm pretty sure the first people to really put these to good use were National Geographics. It's a great way to store your equipment. It's dust-free environment, it's waterproof environment, and it has a foam inner that we'll look at here in a second that makes it shock resistant too. So when you have electronics in there that are not to be jostled too much, it protects them as well. They come in a lot of different sizes, and this right here is it says genuine Pelican Case. This is a breather. And the breather there is on there so when the case is maybe sitting in the desert or sitting in some sort of environment that's getting very hot, you know, the foam and the plastic gas off a little bit and you get pressure built up. And if the pressure is built up, if that case is in the water and the pressure is built up and there's pressure from the water, it can cause a leak. So that thing, whenever pressure builds up, it'll let air out one way, but it won't let air in. So it just will make it so pressure won't build up in the case. And that just guarantees your water seal in any environment. And it also makes it so when you know, if it goes into the river, it takes a dunk, obviously the water can't get in, but any pressure will be forced out. So that's a great feature, and I don't know how long that's been on there. I don't remember. These cases have been around for a long time, but I don't remember if that was always on the cases, but maybe it was. Like I said, they come in a lot of different sizes. These are the two sizes that I have here right now, and there's a lot of different uses for them. Here's my 1300. They all have like a number. That other one's a 1500, but the 1300 here, you pop it up, and these take a little effort to get up. I mean, a kid would have a hard time opening this, but there are places to put locks on these. And this one's all set up. You see the foam here. This one right here is set up for my magazines. This fits 3 magazines, and my Glock, my carry pistol, is on here. Right now there's a 5 ounces of silver in there, and extra ammo for my carry pistol. My gun's obviously not in here very often because this is the one that I carry on me as my CCW. So yeah, there's not even any magazines in here. They're all on my rig or on my holster. So that's what I keep in that one. And this one's a pretty good size. Like if you have a GoPro set up with batteries and a charging set and everything that you want, it can pretty much fit in this thing. And we'll look at this one because the foam is a little more intact in the 1500. Had that 1300 for a while, and I kind of took the foam. I've used it for a lot of different things over the years, but here is my 1500, and I use this for all my electronics, including the tablet when I'm out in because out here in Maine, the summer is actually super wet. I mean, everything's wet, and you have to keep your electronics in here or they'll rust out and they'll fail on you. You'll only get about a year out of something if it's not in here. So I have my Apollo solar charger in here. I have my Anchor solar charger, which I'm going to do a couple more follow-up reviews on those items because those have been working out really good over the last year. This is it's got silicone gel in it. It's just to dry out the case, so when you close it, any moisture that is in there will dry out. I like to keep a couple of those in there. I have a terabyte memory hard drive there, and this is just all my electronics. So the foam in here, this one's pretty ripped up too. I need to buy, you can buy just the foam. You can order it from Amazon for like $15 to $20 depending on how big your case is. But this is the foam, and it's called Pluck and Play, because you can pluck out, the whole thing will be solid, and you can pluck out the spots that you need for your camera lens, your camera, your memory cards, everything separate, so there's like a barrier for the shock again. And it works pretty good. After you've owned your case for a couple of years, like I said, you'll be switching stuff in and out, and eventually you'll need to buy more of the inner foam. But it's cheap and you can get it on Amazon. These cases are really, really handy, and they have these O-rings. It has an O-ring right here that's recessed, a recessed O-ring, and then a border right here. So when the clamps clamp down and clamp the whole thing sealed, it's completely waterproof. I mean, these were made to tie on the front of rafts when going on white rafting trips with camera gear. So these are made to float down river, ricochet off of rocks the whole way down, and your camera gear still be fine. That's where these things really thrive, actually. So, what's that right there? Oh, George Clooney. Must be a good case if George Clooney's hanging there. Whew. Anyways, there it is, the Pelican Case. Very, very handy. Great way to keep your stuff waterproof when, especially in the jungle, or like here in Maine, in our state. The 3 months of summer are just totally soaking wet. You can probably see the ground around us is soaked. It rained all night last night. It's rained like 5 times this week already. And in an environment like this is what you want to have a Pelican Case for. So I figured to make the video. All of us have our recording equipment, and some of it's getting pretty expensive once you start getting some nice stuff, and it's a good idea to protect it with something like this. So again, Uncle Dave with DEECEE's Adventures. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.